get done this week, and I thought it would be fun to take you all along as I do it. My name is Aspen. I'm a full-time crochet content creator, YouTuber, and pattern designer, and I'm coming off of about a year of not working part-time because of a brain injury. I'm really trying to get back into a routine, especially with work, and I always find videos like this to be super helpful and inspiring, and also just like interesting to watch while I knit or crochet. And sometimes when I talk about my job, especially with people that I know like in real life, people assume that I just sit around and knit or crochet all day. And while that is sometimes the case, there's also just like a lot of other stuff that goes into what I do. So I thought it would be interesting to show you. I have a to-do list, which I have separated into things that I have to do and things that I want to do. This is the structure that I have found works the best for me in terms of to-do list making. The process of writing a to-do list is always extremely helpful for me. I love to make lists, but it can be really overwhelming sometimes if I just have this like long list of things and I don't know where to focus my energy or what things are important. If you're familiar with the Eisenhower matrix, this is sort of a similar idea, except just with 2 categories instead of 4. And not everything on here is strictly like work related or related to my business specifically, but any of the other like logistical tasks, taking care of me, taking care of my house, things like that, are things that I have to be able to do in order to do my job. I started by making a long list on my computer, separating it into categories, writing the list again on paper into 2 categories with the things that I have to do on the left and the things that I want to do on the right. And then and then I went back into my computer and separated that list out into kind of a schedule for the week that is very much front-loaded. So today I have a lot of tasks I want to get done, and anything I don't finish today, I will move to tomorrow until I get to the end of the week, and anything I don't finish by the end of the week, I'll move to next week. I'm currently trying out doing a 4-day work week and working about 4 hours each day, which seems to be a good level of activity for my recovering brain injury. So today's Tuesday, and here's what I need to get done this week. I need to film this intro, which I will check off as soon as I finish filming this. I need to write a script for the ad integration for this video. I filmed this Q&A video a while ago. It's pretty long. I've been trying to finish it for ages, so I'm gonna finish it this week. I need to edit the Q&A video. Need to make a thumbnail for the Q&A. I need to post the video. I'm aiming for posting it on Thursday. I need to teach a voice lesson on Wednesday. I have to watch the Game of Wool episode 1 so I can react to it and participate in the online discourse about the show. I need to make a budget spreadsheet. It's something that I have been meaning to do for a really long time, but I'm gonna do it this week. There's quite a few phone calls that I have to making appointments. I have to call and negotiate my Adobe bill, and then I need to email my landlord about some issues that I'm having in the apartment. A few things I want to do this week. I want to buy a new tripod for my camera because I currently only have one for my phone and camera, and so I have to switch between the 2, and the one I have is not super sturdy, so I want to get a better tripod for my camera. I want to wind some yarn for a new project. I want to work on finishing a crochet pattern I've been writing for the mesh trellis tank. And then I want to spend some time crafting, finish the T-Rex vest that I'm working on and the moon tapestry, and probably like film a TikTok of working on those. And then if I have time, I also want to take pictures in that vest. So yeah, kind of a lot to do, but also fairly manageable. I'm feeling pretty good about it now that I have made all these lists. So without further ado, let's get into my work week. So the first thing that I actually want to do is edit the intro that I just filmed. And while I'm in an editing flow, I think I'm also going to work on editing the Q&A video. Before I do that, I'm going to wind some yarn for a new project so that I can have something to work on while I am editing that video. Okay, it is the afternoon on Tuesday. It is just about 3 p.m. and things are going really well so far. I've gotten a lot done. Now I'm going to spend some time editing my Q&A video. It's about an hour and a half long right now, and I'm going through trying to cut it down to maybe closer to an hour, just because I feel like I really talked a lot answering some of the questions, and watching it back, it's like, that's not very interesting. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I'm currently at like about 8 or 9 minutes in, and again, it's Tuesday. I'm trying to post this by Thursday, so I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day just editing this video. These are the yarns that I'm going to use for this project. I am planning on it being a double knit scarf with kind of like a squiggle design. My partner thrifted a really cool rug that is now in this room, and it has a very pretty border with this cool geometric type squiggle around it. So I made a version of that in Stitch Fiddle. Whenever it gets cold, I always want to be working on a scarf, and I never finish it until the spring, but maybe this year will be different. While I have been sitting here doing my work, it actually started snowing for the first time this season. It's November 11th, and it's just barely, just like little flurries, but it's time for a scarf. So I'm gonna cast this on and start knitting. Hello, it is Wednesday morning. I got a lot done yesterday. I'm feeling a bit tired, but pretty motivated to keep going and try and finish all the stuff that I want to this week. Today's work schedule is a little bit lighter because I'm teaching a voice lesson at 1, so most of my work is going to be happening before lunch. It's currently 11, which means I have an hour and a half-ish to get some things done that I want to. I actually already have made some of the phone calls that I needed to make. I scheduled an optometrist appointment and a dermatologist appointment. And now the task that I have been dreading the most on this entire list is that I have to call Adobe to negotiate my rate and try and get a refund for them overcharging me. So I'm gonna start with that just to get it over with. But before I do that, I know that this has been very like computer work heavy so far, but I have been doing a little bit of crafting too. This is the double knitting project that I started yesterday. I spent a lot of time on this last night. It's going very slowly. I don't know if I'm gonna have either enough yarn or patience to make this a scarf. I might just have this be a tapestry that I can put up next to my little trans cowboy tapestry. I think they would look really cute together. That's how this is going. Here's the reverse side. And yeah, now I'm just stalling. Time to call Adobe. Hi, I have a plan with Adobe, and so I was wondering if there was anything that you could do for that.
You are on hold.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, that was honestly horrible, but it's done now. I really hate confrontation and I really hate negotiating, but I know it's good for me and I just saved a bunch of money by doing that, so now that that's done, I'm going to write the brand deal on this video. So the first thing I do is I write a script draft, which is based on the brief that the brand sends me, which has usually a bunch of talking points, kind of like stylistic guidelines, specific verbiage to use or not use. So that's kind of what I'm going to sit down and figure out right now. We're talking socks today.
A luxury you can't live without.
I like nice socks.
Socks.
Yeah, I really love them. I like kind of like, cozy feet.
I also like cozy feet, and that is why Bombas is the sponsor of today's video. I have been wearing these Bombas slippers around the house for about a year now, so I was really excited when they reached out to sponsor this video, because now I can wear nice socks with my nice slippers and my feet can be extra cozy. Bombas is a comfort-focused brand that makes elevated basics like socks, slippers, t-shirts, underwear. I love this design, it's so cute. It makes me feel so sporty to wear. The difference between these and my old ones is night and day. If that wasn't enough to convince you, Bombas is also a purpose-driven brand. Their slogan is one purchased equals one donated. That means for each pair of socks that you purchase for someone in your life or for yourself, someone in need gets a pair of socks as well. The best part is that new customers can get 20% off at checkout with the code made in the moment. I don't want my feet to touch my desk. Thank you, Bombas, for sponsoring this video and for the extra cozy feet. Now let's get back to work. Alright, that's enough of that. So after I wrote the script for the ad that you just watched, I taught a voice lesson, which was actually the first lesson I've taught in a few years now, and I didn't take any clips of myself doing it, but it went really well. And then I finally put up shelves in my living room and kitchen area. I've lived here for over a year, and I've been meaning to do this for ages, but finally got around to it. I have so many little like trinkets and books and plants. I haven't really had a place to put them until now, but now I can display these teacups that I found literally on the side of the road. And obviously the shelf in the living room has a bunch of plants and books and stuff, but it's also at the perfect height that I can set up my projector and watch TV without actually having to have like a TV taking up space in the room. It's definitely a lot brighter at night, but you can see the vision during the day as well. I actually woke up feeling pretty horrible on Thursday morning, so instead of finishing and editing my Q&A video, I just spent some time sitting on the couch and crafting. I picked back up this moon tapestry pattern by Cody Crochets to finish, and I knew that it was almost done, but I didn't realize just how close I was to being done. Literally all I had to do was finish like 15 border stitches and then mount it on the dowel. And this dowel rod actually is a stick that I found in the woods and carved the bark off of and carved it like smooth and stuff. It turned out really pretty. I really love this design. It's such a beautiful motif and there were barely any ends to weave in. It was designed really well. Okay, it is actually the following Wednesday from the last time that I sat down to work. Basically, I ended up feeling bad on Friday as well. I just woke up with a lot of pain, fatigue, couldn't really sit down at the computer. So I didn't really get much done on Friday. I did get a few things done yesterday, but they weren't too interesting visually, so I didn't film myself doing them. I finally ordered a new tripod that is more sturdy and will be better for my camera. I also edited most of the rest of the Q&A video, so the goal is to get that finished up today and posted tomorrow, which, if all goes according to plan, you'll have already seen that video by the time you watch this one. I did finish my ad integration script. I just need to film that now for this video. But the last thing that I want to do before wrapping up filming this is to do a little bit of crafting time. I have 2 projects that are just so close to being done, and I think just sitting down, finishing them up before I do any of my other work today will be really satisfying. So you saw me working on this the other day, and I ran out of steam before having to weave in the literally 4 or 5 ends. And then this is the other project that needs to be finished. As you can probably tell, it looks mostly finished, but it needs a little bit of duplicate stitch shadow around the jaw. And I also have quite a few ends to weave in on this. And while I work on these, I think I'm going to watch the first episode of Game of Wool because I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a ton of people talking about it and I'm really curious. And it seems like the perfect show to watch while I am working on projects. Okay, but actually, even before I do any of that, I'm going to tidy off my desk a little bit. I feel like I'm constantly having to do this. I always have so many projects I want to work on and things I want to do that I end up with just like piles of stuff all over my desk and being like, if I leave it out, I won't forget about it. But that never works. It's always better for me to put things away that I'm not using and then take them out when I'm actually ready to work on them. So I'm going to do a quick little tidy of my desk before starting to craft. There's still a few things that I didn't quite know what to do with, but this is much better. It's now a usable workspace, and the room just feels better now that it's cleaned off. And it only took me, according to my camera, 7 minutes. So glad I did that.
Nation's most talented are joining me in Scotland to battle it out stitch by stitch.
Okay, moon tapestry, done. I really love how this looks on the back. It's so pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna hang this up on this wall somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet, because I need to move a lot of things around. And then the big one, it is finished. It's done. It looks so good. I obviously love the color work of this, but I also really like how the shaping of the vest turned out with this like higher neckline, almost like a mock neck. It's actually been quite a long time since I knit my last vest. I used to knit them all the time, but I haven't really knit one since my body started changing on tea, so none of the old ones actually really fit that well anymore. But this one does, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to knit more. I also really love this color too. I think it looks so good with the color work, and this shade of brown always kind of reminds me of beaver fur. That's all that I have for you in this video. Thanks for watching if you made it to the end. It was really fun to just vlog my work week. Let me know if this was interesting. Let me know if you liked this and you want me to keep doing it. I could see myself doing something like this every now and then. That's kind of what a week-ish of work looks like for me at this point. I'm sure that'll continue to change as I continue to recover. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.